Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing? I know that you're watching and then you're wondering what's happening, and I think I should get rid of this. Oh yeah, yeah. One. Anyway, I go by the name Zam the Maker. I'm a music producer. I've been doing music for so long in my life that it's a quarter of my life. My musical journey begins when I start understanding rhythms and I'm a little child. I don't know anything about anything. I just, all I know is that English is my second language. And then I'm a little kid and I'm raised in this family and then I'm the sixth child. And then the first memories of my childhood, I'm picking up an egg from, because my dad had like a chicken coop, and then he was like, "Son, go get the egg." I'm like, huh? And I was so little. I think I was like 4 or something. I was so young. That's the only memory I have of my dad. And then, because he had a chicken coop in the house, it was a suburban like house. So we had a chicken coop there, and my dad was like, "Go get that egg." Those chickens, the pointy, they got pointies, bro. And I'm like, what? I'm supposed to go there inside and go get an egg? I'm so young. I'm so small. Dad, why you want me to do that? He's like, nah, go and get it, son. I'm like, okay. Because I love my dad. I just saw him as a man. Okay, I didn't even know he was my dad. I thought, yeah, at that age, presumably, let's be let's take our minds off thinking that okay, he's my dad. I didn't know. I was this kid, and I loved this man. I saw this man as my world. And then this man told me to do something. And I went and I was like, okay, fine, cool, I'm gonna do it then. It looks scary. There's a whole lot of pointy heads and those things, I don't know what they are at the time. They are chickens, but dude, there's like 100 and something, or I don't know, 30 something, I don't know. There's just a lot of chickens. I'm supposed to go inside there and get an egg. And it's just sitting there outside. It's like, go get an egg. Huh? I went in, bro. I went in and I got an egg. And then the chickens were just the noise. I thought, yeah. I just took it and I ran out. And then I saw him laughing. And then that's the only memory I have of my dad because it died that year or something when I was 4 years old. That's my first memory. That the only memory I remember from when I was a kid, and then I just saw my dad, and it's always been there. It's never been ripped out. Never. I just saw my dad sending me to a chicken coop, and then he's telling me go and get an egg, and I just went in and I was like, okay, Dad, I want to get it. I don't know if I gave him. I don't have any memory after that because there's another memory after that from the time, from the earliest time I remember a memory. So I took the egg, but I don't remember giving it to him or anything like that. And the next thing that I actually remember after that, I think I was about 4 when I took the egg. So the next thing I remember is there was a memorial, okay, of my dad. He had already been dead. So in Africa, we have memorials which come a year later after the person has died. So, and then I remember that there was a whole a drum. So a drum, you know what a drum is, and this drum is a drum like full of alcohol. It's just alcohol. That drum is made for alcohol. I don't, because to my knowledge right now, the drum, I know how a drum is, but I remember that because okay, yeah, yeah. So this is what I remember. I think it was a year later. I'm 5 now. I don't remember anything between the egg part and the memorial service. I'm 5 now. I'm assuming that there's a drum, and then there's a couple of women who I believe are my father's sisters and my mother's family, and then we just cooking this alcohol as a memorial service. I know it's a memorial service because that's the first time that I knew how to kill an animal. And then we killing this goat. And then at my house, where I was born, where I used to live, we have a drainage area. There's an area where it's a drainage system for the toilets and everything else. That just all the shit runs there. So, but the special part about our drainage system is that it had this whole big part that was, you could open it and you could see the shit passing through from other people's houses. And then, so when we killed the goat, it was a goat that we killed. It wasn't a sheep. It wasn't anything else. It was a goat. And they made me hold it. They're like, hold it, hold it. And I'm 5. I'm like, and then this guy takes out a knife, and the goat is screaming that, hey, a goat. That's when I knew that a goat and a sheep, when you kill it, it doesn't scream. It's as if it's saying, I know my time is now, so yeah, take my life. But a goat said, hey, bro. That's how goats are like that. When you pin it down and you put his legs down and yo, bro. So okay, yeah. Anyway, and the guy just and the blood is blood. And just holds me. It's dead. Like, yeah. I see the man, they're like, and then they just patted me. I'm 5 years old at that time, bro. I'm like, okay, fine. And then it just phases. Everything is a phase from there. Not a phase. A phase is the right word, but it's a haze. It's like everything is like wow, 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 wow. It skips to the time when I went to school. I'm 6 years old now. I'm in grade 1, and then I'm going to school, and then boom, 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 boom. Like everything is like, uh, this is how I see my life. I'm seeing my life like that, and then boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. Okay, so with the goat issue, yeah, everything is killed. But at that moment, I remember the drum, the alcohol. This is how I know that I am an alcoholic to this day. I was given, but it's not my uncles because I don't even know if they're my uncles because my mom shut um, part of my family away from me. Like my family, we were separated from my father's side. When he died, we were separated. My mom was like, "These are my kids." From my understanding, later on, these are my kids. You can't take my kids or separate my kids. They're gonna be raised by me. Although I've never went to school, I don't know English, I don't know anything. I'm just a woman from a village, and then I'm gonna raise my kids. That's my mother, which is a good thing. But um, in some ways, a bad thing, but it's a good thing. But it's bad, but it's good. But it's just like that to this day. But if you was to ask me about what do I think about my mother now, I'll tell you, my mom did. Shit, my mom is from the early ages of life, dog. 50s, what, 60s, whatever. I even forgot how old my mom is. How old is my mom? I don't even know. I can guess. But my mom is alive and walking to this day. That's my mom. But anyway, yeah. So back to that, my mom doesn't want her kids separated. And she got 7 kids. And part of the 7 kids that she has, there is two significant kids that we actually were thinking about it as like brothers and sisters. Like, so you are born a year before, and then there's a kid that comes right after you. So you guys are like almost twins. Because the only difference between you two is 1 year, dude. I'm like, my dad was just riding on that thing, though. He never gave her a limit. Like, there was never a time when, especially that time. Yeah, it's because they are 1 year older than the other. I was like, what the heck, dude? Jeez. Okay, yeah. That's a story for my family about that. But yeah, I don't want to lose my train of thought. But anyway, okay, fine, cool, all right, sharp. 7 of us. So yeah, but yeah, okay. I prefer it. Okay, which one do I prefer? Yeah, 7 of us kids are born. 7 kids. One woman, one man. Married. Married. I don't know how true that is, but because I used to see pictures as a kid and I've never asked my mom, did you get married before you had the kids or what? Because my dad was 30 years old and my mom was 20, yeah. And then, but I think she had a kid, the firstborn. Okay, I don't want to think about that now. But anyway, that's not the point. But anyway, I'm the 6th child. For so long in my life, I used to think that because I grew up, my mom, at the time that I was born, um, she put me in church. And I love church to this day. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. I believe in everything. So, but the thing is, my mom was jumping off from a place of being in a war zone, never went to school, um, ended up in some Catholic church belief system because of her timeline. Her timeline is really, really tragic and different, and it's crazy, bro. and then my mom, and then ended up, and then by the time I'm born, and the time I'm like 5, the previous story from where I started about how I was raised, it's like my mom is now Christian because she goes to a certain church that's a Christian church. And then I start believing in that because she takes me to the church and I go there every Sunday. And then now I believe in this guy who they call Jesus. And I'm like, who's Jesus? Huh? Who's Jesus? Who the hell is Jesus? This guy seems like a good guy. This guy is a good guy. So let me follow this guy. If he says that I should do this, then if I, for me, I should take care of my people so that I can try to kind of get the reciprocation to say that, okay, if I take care of you, then supposedly maybe you would do that to me as well because I did that to you, and then maybe my neighbor would, and then I start believing things like that, and those things are true actually, but they're not so 100% true because you can be good to somebody, but somebody can't give you hell in return just because you're good. Now I'm old enough to know that, of course. I'm old enough to know that. But anyway, I just start going through life, like I start understanding things, I've got older people, way older than me. Brothers were like, my oldest brother is, at the time, I'm like 10. My brother's already going to high school and then going to university level type shit. And then my sisters, everybody's older than me. In significant years. Like there's a gap. I'm a Gen Z to the 90s people right now. Type shit. I'm like, and every time, and you know what? One of the significant things is that I was the kids, because I'm an 80s child. So I'm brought up by people from the 70s. So they believe in beat the kid. I'm shy. With anything. My mom, with a cord, with a. That's it. My mom could, if she could get a hold of this, she would hit you. That's where I come from. That's the era. That's the era that I come from. I come from this era where I was beaten up by anything available just to knock some sense into my head. And I understood that. And now I'm a grown man. Would I raise my kids like that? It's a conflict. It's like, I get it. I get it. Man. It's abuse these days. It's abuse. Total abuse. Like, it's like these days, punch a kid. Oh, touch a child. Do as much as push a child these days. Ha! Yo! Yeah! Shayla! Yeah! Ooh, yeah! That's the life these days. That's how it is these days. These days, it's like that. It's like you touch a child, in as much as just touch him, you have done the worst crime ever. So, but I grew up in an era where, man, corporal punishment is corporal punishment. Like, dog, if they just come up with a cord and they smack you, hey, bruh, you gotta listen or be rebellious about it. Yeah. So I came up, and then as I grew up, I already knew what I wanted. Like, I already continue. I wasn't influenced by anything. But what I heard my brothers and sisters, um, their lifestyles, um, I liked what their lifestyles were about because my brothers and sisters used to listen to music a lot, and we had a big radio, with the CD players and tapes. You know what I'm saying? I got a tape over there. Give me 1 second. Let me give you the tape. Let me show you what a tape is for those that don't know what a tape is. Because I just saw one. Yeah. Alright. I just saw a tape. Of course, what I'm gonna show you is less older than because it's records, and then before records is other things before that. This is a tape. I don't know who's this. Anthony Robbins. Okay, this is Anthony Robbins. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can. Yeah, because I got bad. I've been trying to do this podcast thing. So yeah. Anyway, this is what a tape is. This is a tape, right? You can rewind. You can fast forward it, and you would I would use a pen, like a pen to kind of rewind, fast forward, and all that, and then you put the tape in, and then press play, and then boom, ga, and then ba 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 ba, and then cling, and then go. Yeah, nigga, what the what? Hey, can't take what the. And then, why the went on? Yeah, that one. And then she come back with the chord and she start hitting me like, yeah, why the went on? And then, hey, mama. And then, okay. And then she be like, play my tape, and then, and then press play. Inkosi yami, gungunduko, ya mntanami, ya yizo le ngoma kumele usilalele mntanami. Hey, did you clean your room? Well, my mommy never used to speak to me in English. Hey, wena. Okay, mama, okay, sorry, mama, okay. Yeah, mama. And then, yeah. Then she made me listen to her gospel music, saying Rebecca Malope type shit. Yeah. And then, yeah, that was my life, and I loved it, and I miss it. There was one time this person asked me a question. He's a Christian brother. And he's like, what do you think heaven is like? And I ever since that day, I've never changed my stance on heaven. By the way, in the Bible, no one goes to heaven. And no one is promised heaven. The only thing us as human beings who believe in Jesus Christ are promised is a new earth. So the earth, the same earth that we live in, is going to be remade so that we can live forever again. Capiche? Yeah. For those who understand the Bible and you know the Bible, you understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. You're not going to heaven, dog. There's no heaven. There's never been promise of heaven. Heaven is just the idea that has been made to think that there's a heaven, there's a hell. Of course, there is. Those things exist. They're there. But the people that believe in Jesus and know and understand and say that God, I'm a sinner. I am an adulterer. I am a thief. I am a criminal. I am that. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I wake up the next day and I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do that. But I do it. I'm a con man. I con people out, make money off stupid ways. But as long as you understand that you do those things, and then let's not talk about intention. Your intention should be the answer. If your intention is this, it's like, man, today I'm not gonna steal. But then you're in a situation where you're hungry, and then you're like, ah, man, okay, I've made so many kids. Jeez, I've been running my life this way. Okay, so if I'm running my life this way and I'm doing this and I've got this girl, I'm made her pregnant with over 3 children. Okay, and then she knows me as a con man, and I'm like, God, I need a way, God. I don't want to do this connish way. I don't want to be a con man. I don't want to be a fraudster. I don't want to do fraud anymore. God, I need a way out. And then one day you make 100,000, enough money to start a business and to live and never get caught. Wow, you can you even have extra money to go out with friends and get away and buy your way out if you have a close connect with people through that business. And then you still decide, let me just blow it all. Come on, man. That means you're stupid. You're stupid, bro. Like, God gave you the leeway. And mind you, when I say God gave you, I didn't say that God gives you the chance to steal. But you asked God, you're like, God, I need a deal that will set me free. And God is like, let me tell you what, brother mine. I'll let you not get caught. You're not gonna get caught by anybody. No one is gonna catch you against in case, because some people caught. Yeah, don't get caught. I'll never let anybody catch you. I'm gonna give you this deal. You're not gonna get caught, and then you're gonna get 100,000. And from that 100,000, you better believe make something out of it. Because you got kids, you got a wife. I'm not saying that what you do is right. I'm not with you there. But now I'm just trying to give you a way, brother. Switch up your life. Pay for your sins later on. But I gave you a brain so you're smarter than that. But this guy, he says, nah, nigga. As soon as he gets at 100,000, nah, bruh. 100,000 is a lot of money. Okay, I'll think about it when I'm left with about 80,000. Okay, well, 20,000 will buy you. 20 20,000 will buy you a nice car, and then you get to have a nice house and everything. You got 80,000 left, and then you got 20, and then you spend more 20,000, man, to prove to your mom and your previous family, your brothers and your sisters, that hey bro, me, I got it, dog. And then another 10,000. Let's say 10,000, not 20,000. So now it's 50,000. So it's 10,000. 10,000. You go to the herd. Back to the back to the hood, and then you come through, and then you be like, "Hey, dog, yo, guy, what you want, dog?" And then you spend and you blow, and everybody loves you. When people start loving you, that's flag. That's a red flag number 4, actually. Yeah. You thought it was 3, yeah. Because if you go back to the video and then you start counting, then you realize you thought it was 3, but it's 4. Because it started off. Actually, it's 5 because it started off with yourself. Yeah, you go on flexing, right? And the people that hooked you up with the money, who God sent people to to give you, to finance you, and the people that financed you now start asking questions when you are at 40-50%. Yeah, yo, where are the returns? Don't worry about it. Can't you see what's happening? And then they watch you and they see it, be like, bruh, yeah, you look good, you look different. Yeah, you're not the same skinny guy. You're not the same scroungy. You're not as scroungy as you were. You're not as rusty as you were before. So okay, fine. Let's give you the leeway. Let's give you. Let's actually. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you the red carpet. You're gonna walk past, in, on the red carpet. We're gonna make you look like you're walking on water. Yeah? Yeah! I deserve it, of course. And you start walking, and you start running there. And when you start running there, you're walking, and everybody's loving you. You start feeling like you're a big guy. You're bigger than the biggest big. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, you bigger than the biggest big, bro. You are the ish of all ishes. Yeah, I don't want to edit anything, so yeah. But anyway, you're big. Look at you. And then one thing that happens in the midst of all of that, you have a guy that used to hang around with you, that used to bounce ideas with all the time, comes around. Oh shit. Okay, now you're hating on me, right? Comes around and it says, "Yo, bro, yo, what up, dog?" Side view, like outside the red carpet, because the red carpet is over there, but over there is the red carpet, and I'm coming here, walking in, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, yo, bro." Yeah, yeah. They sound like mosquitoes. All those other people that you've ever known that used to bounce ideas with sound like mosquitoes to you right now. Okay. Walk along, brother man. Brother man. Walk along, brother man. There is the road. The road is where you want it to be because you are big. Huh? Yeah, boy. Let me fix my chain. Right. Okay. Now you're big. And then you forget. you never went to school, you never went to school, okay, even if you never went to school, you just forgot about everybody that knows how to manage a business in the first place. Understand the new world is this way. Once you get an opportunity like that, then you gotta be able to go back to your roots and say, I've been offered this kind of money because I have this idea and people buy it. So they're investing in me because they believe in it. So I have to be using my mind to strategize, to understand that, okay, fine, with this idea that everybody likes about me, I should be able to amplify it without having to show off and look like I've made it with the investment money. So with investment money, you decided to blow it. You decided to actually buy everything that you needed to buy, which was cheap because you bought it at fucking China, and then yeah, now you have it, and boom, jeez, you got the product, but you don't even know how to sell it. So you think that because you can sell it because of your popularity, and then it's gonna just automatically sell. People are just automatically gonna buy because you are famous, and then you hang around with more famous people, and you think that's gonna stick. Wow. I'm just gonna leave it at that because, hey, bro, I don't know what I was thinking about. I think I have to go back to the video. Hey, I'm gonna post this thing as the way it is. I think a lot. Yeah, my train of thought, it just goes haywire. Anyway, so I set up this place because I feel like I do have a lot to say, and I feel like I want to continue saying it, and I feel like I want to express what I went through by interviewing people. I feel like I have the capabilities to be able to ask somebody a question and then wait for them to answer, and then I am patient enough because all my life I was told that I don't listen to anybody. So I think that I am the right person to be the one to ask questions. Yeah. My name is Alex. Alex Mtabisi Nyati. Mtabisi, my mom just, yeah. I make them happy. That's what my name means. Misindewele. Mtabisi. Make them happy. And I feel like it's a gift and a curse because my name means make them happy. Yeah. I've associated people like Tabis or Tab or like, because it's kind of similar, you know. But yeah. And then my dad, so I gotta, okay, yeah. So I ended up calling myself Alex Newman. Newman is my dad's name. My dad's name is Newman, but it's not Newman as in Newman. It's not Newman like a new man. No, it's Newman as in Newmen. I don't even know what that means. Newman. Okay, but because I understand where my dad's from, I guess I can find that out. But it's, yeah, yeah. So I will find, actually, that gives me an idea. I should find out where that name comes from. So, but it was translated I translated. My brother translated it himself. Because Newman rhymes with Newman. Newman rhymes with Newman. Newman. So I started calling myself Alex Newman from there because I wanted to rhyme. I wanted to be English. Yeah, that's it. And I love being a new man because I believe I am a new man. I'm a bigger man, stronger mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. I am attached. And that's why I think that I can come in front of everybody in the camera and say hi. Yeah, I could do that. So holla back. Let's go. Yeah.